honestly though, with me guys, it's impossible now. Like I keep saying, like it's impossible to get a girlfriend in 2024, and I could tell it's even going to get more worse in 2025. Like I need to, like, pick up chicks, right? Like, geez.
The only tip and trick I can give you guys is simply put it the hands down this way. Wait, be yourself. Don't jump the gun too fast, and take it nice and slow. One step at a time.
I need some. Oh yeah, seriously, I'm 24 and I should be having a girlfriend now. Like, geez. Most of my old church friends, like half of them are married by now. Like, geez.
I never wanted to get married in the first place. So.
I do. I just love that feeling of like commitment, you know.
If they make the first move, play it cool, roll with the punches, still take it one step at a time.
Yeah, it's very rare when a girl likes me and approaches to me. Like, I haven't been asked out on a date like from a girl since like high school. Like, man, like that was a big deal back then, you know.
The girl I'm currently with, we went on our first date like 3 Saturdays ago.
Cool. How did that go?
Went a lot better.
That's good.
Better now since your stupid father wasn't there.
I mean, guys, I need your honest and I guess professional opinion on this. And I know on TV people say this, but like, do you agree? Like on the first date, like, do you think it's okay to kiss your date on the first date? I'm sorry. Like, what do you guys think? Is it okay to kiss on the first date or no?
Hell yeah. Yeah. Home Alone and smooth sailing, brother.
Because with me, it's very 50-50. Like, it depends. Like, if the date goes well, then maybe just, you know, try to give her a kiss, you know, like, see how that goes.
If she gives off that energy and she shows that that's what she wants to do, that's when you make the move. If you don't make the move, I mean, that's really up to you. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Oh, okay. Depends on how she smells. What? That has never been a concern for me. Like, girls smell nice 24/7. Like,
bro, I don't care how you look, smell, or even look. I don't body shame. I don't judge. I don't do none of that shit. As long as you stay you and you don't lie and stab me in the ass, you're fine.
I think you get.
I mean, you're not wrong. Some girls live in some pretty fucked up places, and it smells really bad. But you know,
I think you get extra points. Like if you're just minding your own business on the date, like playing, like being chill, and then the girl like suddenly moves herself right next to you, like, oh, things must be really going good. Like,
I judge. I'm not Chef. That's a good reference. I mean. What?
Did she forget to put on deodorant or?
No, girl forgot her fucking perfume is what the fuck happened.
Seriously, I really do feel like women in general, they just bathe themselves in like perfume. Like they can never smell bad, you know?
That's why the smell gets overpowered.
They're OP.
Bruh, I keep getting. I actually had an instance where a friend of mine needed help getting a girl, and because the last time he tried, the last thing I remember happening was he jumped the gun so badly, like he went and emptied his entire life savings into a $700 ring just for it to vanish within the sewage that same day.
700 ring? You mean like a relationship ring?
Yeah, like kind of one of those cheap ass relationship rings.
Just get them like for $20 off of Amazon. Like, save you some money.
Let's. This is what happens. The only reason my girl ever would smell that bad is if she's been around her dad, who literally does not know the difference to go outside and take a smoke break.
Oh, so her dad smokes then?
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's why That's why her dad and I don't get along.
That one is tricky to answer, but
just be honest with yourself.
Obviously, like, I've tried really hard this year, guys. Believe me, like, I have been without a girlfriend for 2 years now, and that is not healthy. Like,
you want to talk about not healthy? Let me hit you with a hardcore reality check. I've been in and out of relationships for 7 months.
I would like to hear, like, just say what you need.
Go ahead.
Or okay, like, okay. I don't know, for a little while, just been, you know, I've been kind of crushing on one of our new, what do you call it, like, maintenance workers. Like, she's been with the company, I want to say, for a good two months now, actually. Like, she's really cute, and lately, I haven't asked her about this, but I did ask her, like, would you like to hang out, and she would like to. Out of the blue, she told me, like, she doesn't want to get involved in a relationship. And I didn't say this to her, but I was thinking, you say that now, but one day you're going to want to be in a relationship.
One day you're going to want one.
I understand. She has 2 jobs, right? Like, Cub Foods isn't just her main one. She has another job. I understand she's working her way up. Like, she's got bills to pay, right? Like, I understand and respect that. Like, anybody who has a job or 2 jobs, you gotta get those bills paid. Like, you gotta get them paid. But, like, and she's worried, like, to go out with friends who are rich and they spend crap money every day. Like, lucky for you, I am not one of those people. Like, I'm cheap, but sometimes that could be a good thing. Like, but it can't be 100% of the time, right? Like, I should be driving right now, right? Like,
that's what you should be focusing on, yeah.
But
it's hard with your time schedules.
I just genuinely like her. Yeah, like, that's the problem too. And
go ahead.
For a while in this last year, like, I've had this crush on this Instacart gal. She has pink hair, glasses.
So basically dyed hair.
Well, yeah, but
it's all good.
You know, I think I could tell that she likes me too, and I've even asked her, like, again, not asking her out, like, hey, do you want to hang out sometime? And she's like, I'll have you in mind. And oh my gosh, guys, one day,
you know something's about to happen when a girl says, I'll keep you in mind.
I crap you not, guys. This came out of the blue, but, like, in a good way. She starts up with, like, little compliments. Right? Like, oh, you're awesome, Dave, and all that. Like, I appreciate that. Like, that's fine. And then she's like, oh, man.
Hey, he's back.
Perfect timing, Bryce. Hey, I was just telling a story.
What's good, B?
I'm back.
We're glad to have you back.
So, what I miss here?
I'm just telling a girl story, really. So I think you're in for a treat here.
It's
I'm
okay.
not gonna tell you anything about
it's
my
okay,
side,
B.
So, okay, Bryce, I don't know if you've been catching up. I've been saying, like, I've had this crush on Instacart chick months ago, though. She compliments me, right? But out of the blue, she says, Dave, I love you. I appreciate you. You're awesome. And I'm just like, whoa, like, whoa.
Hey, Dave.
What?
Buddy.
What?
You gotta slow down here. Okay?
I know. It just came out of the blue, like I said, like, just like, whoa.
You know
like,
what that means, don't you?
Yeah. I know what that means. Yeah.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Right.
David couldn't be any more stupider than I am. I've literally been in and out of
to make sure he knows what he's getting into. Okay.
And
understandable.
But here's where this really ticks me off. Sure, she's busy all the time too, right? Because she's an Instacarter and a DoorDasher too, right?
Oh,
and
shit.
She said we would hang out sometime, right? But she hangs out with other friends, and I just want to tell her to her face, like, listen, how can you have time for your other friends but not with me? Like, I feel like there's something you're not telling me. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And being on the topic of relationships, see, you say you've been out of a girl for 2 years. I've been in and out of relationships back and forth nonstop for the last 7 months, each of which relationship would last no shit less than 3 days. I have been through.
But he actually has a good point there.
I've been in and out.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like when people say like especially when it comes to a woman wouldn't immediately like mean it like, oh, like I'm in love with you, like they get like unconditionally love you, right? I get that part. Like, you know what? I took it as that, right? Like, if
it's hard to tell them nowadays, man. Girls got that way of. They've got that little mind set going in the back of you, and so it's hard to think. It's hard to think about what they actually mean.
Again, this is what we've talked about on the channel here, guys. Like, ladies, if you like us guys, you need to tell us to our face, right?
Don't hide it behind our back for 4 years and then suddenly emerge out of the darkness. By that point, we've already moved on.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, I'm going to tell you kind of my personal experience, okay?
Okay.
Kill for it.
All right. Now, okay, I haven't had relationships since I got out of high school. Okay, my last relationship was with my prom date. I loved it. I loved it. You know, it was a great first date, all that kind of stuff. I had a blast. Okay.
That's good.
Last time I saw her was at her grad party. Wished her good luck at college, and that was about it. Now, I am currently not really seeing anyone else. I mean, I mentioned Dave. There is a special girl in my life, but he doesn't know that side of her because he's never met her.
Right.
He doesn't know what she's like. But yes, I get it. There are some girls out there that will appreciate and love you, even if you're a friend of theirs or a really close friend of theirs.
Yep.
But you have to be respectful that, listen, I've asked that friend if she'd be willing to date me at some time. And she said she will think about it and then get back to me. But I understand that if she just wants to remain friends, that's okay too.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah.
So if you really want to, Dave, you could ask, like, after 2 or 3 hangouts, if you're really getting into a relationship or really want to, you could ask that person, like, hey, do you want to date me at some time, at some point in life? And if they say maybe, or if they say yes, but they're not ready yet, then they have you in mind. But if they just love you and appreciate you as a friend, then that's okay too.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? There's nothing wrong with that, all right?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I want to make sure my followers get that too. Like, yeah, like, even though she said, again, to me at one point, like, she has me on her mind, like, okay, like, when are we going to hang out? Because when somebody in general says, like, we'll hang out soon can usually lead to, like, a long period of time. Like, okay, you said soon. When are we going to hang out at some point?
That's not what I think soon means. Okay, I've been in this business a long time, Dave. Okay? When girls...
He's in a dating business.
That usually means that they want to hang out typically either 2 or 3 weeks from now.
That I get, yeah.
They
that
don't
took
mean
me a bit.
Next month, or they don't mean like next year. They mean like, okay, I want to hang out soon. Well, that means, all right, I want to start hanging out with you. Maybe, let's say that we plan a hangout,
mm-hmm.
and say that you asked her, said, do you want to hang out soon? And she's like, yes. Then you got to figure out, okay, she wants to hang out either 2 or 3 weeks later. That's okay too. But you can't rush inviting someone over to your place.
Obviously, I've learned that the hard way growing up. Yeah.
That's the same mistake I've made for the last 3 years.
I've learned that too, Dave, and it's just one of the things where it's just like, I get it, you know, but we also have to be respectful too, Dave, because
yes.
like, I'm not trying to judge you based on this.
No. This is good, Bryce. Like, I want to hear what you have to say, right? Like, this is good
That's
stuff.
what friends are for, bro. You can't give your friend advice if you're sitting here holding it up your butt like a stick on a jalapeno.
Okay, T.
But
Okay,
that was out of
T.
context. Okay.
Welcome to Out of Context streams.
Yeah, definitely. Well, here's the thing. All right, now I just want to give you some like feedback here, Dave, and kind of push you kind of in the right direction here a little bit. Listen, I get it. I used to live at home. You live in your own apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I know you can have friends over, like T right now is over there with you and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is when you're in your own apartment, and if you want to invite like a girl over, you have to make sure that you do everything comfortable what she wants to do too.
Agreed.
Okay?
Agreed.
Listen, I get it. You have your own apartment. She's over there with you, but you can't push the boundaries.
Exactly. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Like I've had my friend over that I've mentioned to you before, but I'm not gonna say the name.
Right.
Strictly for privacy reasons.
Someone's tired.
Listen, I've had her over at my place too, and I know that my parents know that. And I've had her upstairs in my bedroom. We've talked, we've hung out, we've done a lot of stuff up here. But I know that my parents are just a few feet away from us.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they're concerned. I mean, rightfully so. Like if
No, not. They know that I'll never hurt her, and she knows I'll never hurt her.
I mean, other things I'm not gonna say on the stream, but like, I mean, my parents, they've always been like that with me and my brother. Like don't bring a girl into your bedroom because other things can happen. Like, agreed, understandable. Like, keep them like in the living room, right? Like, yeah.
But no, when I first had her over here, she generally felt like my room was a safe spot. So I was like, okay, we can chat in my room. We can talk in my room. We didn't do anything like that in my room. No, we just
none of the
sat
X-rated
around and
shit.
talked to one another.
Like,
have great conversations, all that kind of stuff. We did not like lay down on the bed next to each other.
Right.
We did not kiss. We did not do any of that. It was just a friendly hangout. Okay.
Like,
and listen, I know there's some people on the stream that think like, okay, it's a bedroom, you know what to do, but no.
That's not always the case. You have to think about what the other person's thinking too. It's not just about what you're thinking. Now, hear me out on this.
Thank you. I respect that.
Hear me out on this. This is nothing out of context. This is something I've been taught just recently. Like, this dumbfounded me when I figured this out. Now, think with your head, not your pants.
exactly. Yep.
Yes.
And for those of you who are wondering what that means, look it up and shut up.
How about we use another safe
We
word?
don't need any of those things talked about in the stream comments. If you want to know what it is, look it up.
How about
That's what I was saying is that if for anybody at home who happens to stumble upon this and you want to know what I meant, too bad, not telling you, look it up.
How about this? We're gonna play it safe. Still, for any guys out there, don't be a trout sniffer, okay?
Nobody likes a trout sniffer. I don't know what a trout sniffer is, but it sounds disgusting.
Bryce is so.
You do not want to know, Tegan. You do not want to know.
Half of me wants to actually Google search that, like, no cap.
Like,
You do not want to know what it is. I listen. The first time I heard about that was in Home Alone. I looked it up immediately when I turned 18 because I have no clue what it meant. I looked it up. I regret that day now. I regret that day of looking it up. It's so bad. It's so bad.
but like, Bryce, knowing you for a long time, I know like you are always nice with the ladies. Like, you know how to treat them. Like, I don't ever see you like doing anything else to them, right? Like, you're genuinely a good guy, you know?
Yeah, like I would, like, yes, I'm good with girls, all that kind of stuff. I would never like take advantage of a girl based on their looks or body or whatever.
Right.
I would always, I don't judge them based on how they look. I judge them based on how they act towards me and how I act towards them, and then I decide if they want to be my friend or not.
Right. Yeah.
See,
and that's the honest truth. Because if you're, and I'm just going to speak this out here too, if you're a guy who generally has some problems with you talking to girls, that's okay. You know, I get that too. Every person goes through that in life. Every person gets shy or nervous going up to a new girl and meeting them for the first time. Like, you know, like for an example, okay? This is just for an example. I'm just going to throw this out here, Dave. All right, let's say that you and I are down at Mall America shopping.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say that you whisper in my ear and you're like, okay, that girl over there is cute. I would say, well, you got to go talk to her and say some small talk, you know, all that kind of stuff.
You got to start with the
If
small
you're scared
talk.
to talk to her, I'd be like, it doesn't matter. If you like her, you at least got to go say hi, give her a small compliment. That's okay too. I have given millions of people, boys and girls, compliments, even when I'm out shopping, even when I'm at the Lego store with Christian and Dave. I have seen multiple girls or multiple different guys, and I've said, have a good day. How are you doing? I've just engaged in small talk because I'm just a social guy, and I like to meet new people, and I just like to say nice compliments to people.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time.
Like, even Dave knows that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was out shopping at Target last week, buying some clearance stuff because they had a whole Lego clearance day that day. So, and I was like, we were checking out, and I was checking out, and I paid with my debit card, and I was like, I engaged in the cashier, and she's checking me out, and I was like, how's your day going? And she's like, it's going great. How about you? And I was like, it's going good too. And we just kind of engaged in small talk. It's just one of those things where it's good to just engage in small talk because it can brighten up someone's day. Just saying a nice compliment or just engaging in small talk with a person that you don't know, it could really make their day better.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
And, you know, it's like, listen, I get it. There's guys out there that don't really understand how to do this, and that's okay too. But, you know, if you really have your eye on a girl, and if they like you as a friend or more than a friend, then you eventually, after you hang out with them a couple times, you'll eventually get to the point where you want to ask them, like, hey, would you be willing to date me at some point? And then if they say no, you have to also respect their decision too.
Yeah, agreed,
Yeah, for
agreed.
sure, Beetle, for sure.
I mean, I gotta ask Bryce, like, you don't immediately ask that question, right? Because sometimes, like, you could ask, like, hey, would you like to go out sometime? I think after a couple of dates, maybe I think you should ask the girl, like, hey, would you like to be my girlfriend, right? Like, I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking, right?
Friend who I mentioned the date, I'm not going to say her name out of respect and out of, you know, privacy reasons, but like I've hung out with her a lot. We've known each other for about a year now, and I've done a lot of things. We've done a lot of things together that felt like we were going out on dates, but we're really not. We're just like seeing a movie or going out to eat or doing something together that just makes us feel good. Not in a sexy way, in a friendly way, guys. Just so you know, in a friendly way, all right? And we were like, okay, you know, and I finally got to ask her over the summer. I said, would you want to date me at any time? And she's like, maybe not right now. I want to be friends with you, and I generally respect that, but thank you for asking me this question. You know, you have to also respect that too. And I was all right with that. I was like, okay, I'm glad we're still friends. I'm glad she still values me. She still appreciates me. She still loves me for who I am. But yes, if I probably got to that question, I want to say I hung out with her probably 3 or 4 times before I actually asked her that question, just to make sure.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, and you know, adding on to what you said before, Bryce, it's not. When it comes to a girl, you don't want to jump the gun too hard.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because if you jump the gun too hard, that just is like, whoa, what the hell? And that took me about 3.5 years to figure out. After I started figuring that out, I was like, okay, piece by piece, one step at a time, no jumping the gun, slow pace, keep it slow, don't jump. And
another thing is that if you already like had a girlfriend in the past, you can know experience for that next person too.
yeah,
I know Dave had one in the past. I had one in the past, and we both learned from our mistakes because it's just a learning trial too. And it's like, well, it's your first relationship with a person, and you really have to know how to treat them, value them, respect them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and you're like, okay, I dated them for a few months now. They want to break up, but it's okay. They're still willing to be my friend, and that's the most important part.
Yeah.
And then, for next time, you're like, okay, maybe I need to work on this. Maybe I need to work on that before I start getting back into my dating life. I'm talking way too much again, am I?
No, you're fine.
No, you're good. We're
getting good comments here too.
We're listening to you and what Beetle is saying at the same time.
Okay. I'm just trying to give advice to nice people out there who
No, you're perfectly fine. Everybody's entitled to their advice, and that's perfectly okay, man. Nobody's saying, "Oh my God, this man needs to shut the hell up. He's annoying." Fine, nobody's saying that. At least I hope nobody is. No, you're perfectly fine, Beetle. I type fast all the time, and somehow my phone is like, "Oh, you meant to say this? Nope, we're gonna correct it to this."
Well, Beetle, your second to last comment. Are you trying to say don't show any emotion? Because here's the thing: with nowadays, guys they are showing more of their emotions, but unfortunately, they do it to the point where they're snowflakes, right? They
do it
break down all the time about everything.
They basically do it to the point where they get way too soft, and it makes it difficult.
It is okay to show your emotions, and that's what a lot of women are looking for. I'm an emotional guy, but not to the point where I make it dramatic or draw attention to myself. Oh, hey, I'm depressed. Come hang out with me. No. If I need to react in a certain way, at appropriate time, then I will do that. But I don't know. I'm just trying to I guess answer your last comment there, second last comment there.
We talk a lot about how you've had a previous relationship. He's had a previous relationship. I've been in and out of relationships left and right. I just got done telling this man today that I've currently got a relationship that's solid now, one that's actually holding down.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The only thing that could potentially ruin this relationship is my hatred for her father, and that's about it. Now, the reason I don't tell her these things is because I don't want her to think that her dad and my issues are going to get in the way. I want her to know that I'm going to be there for her no matter what the circumstances is, no matter what happens, how this is going to go. Oh, I've got your back until the day I die.
There's a lot of things like that too, T, that you also mentioned too, is listen, if you go to a grown-up or an adult and explain problems that this person's having, you have to keep it to yourself. Even though you don't like that, you just have to keep it to yourself, because it's well, what if I share some stuff to that person? What is she gonna say to me?
Yeah.
So there's some things that are better left unsaid, just to help make the relationship last longer. Because it's one wrong move, you say one wrong thing, she's gonna judge you for it. She's gonna be you think I did this? You think that you thought I did this? She's just gonna get into a whole thing, and she's you think that I blame myself for this and stuff like that? And she would just get really emotional. And that's when you're oh shoot, I completely messed that all up. So if you're in a relationship or looking for a relationship, and if someone tells you their secrets personally, and if you're worried about that, go tell a trusted adult like your parents. And then when your parents explain to you all that stuff, keep it a secret, because if you blur it out to that person, they're gonna feel like you're not being a very nice person because you went to blab about all this stuff to your parents, and your parents told you this and that, and then you just told her this, and she's well, you thought I said this, you thought I did this, you really thought, she's gonna get into a whole big argument with you, and honestly, she might end up not being your friend anymore.
Right. And the thing too is that we've known each other long enough where we're kind of just okay, this is what we don't talk about. This is what we can talk about. This is where the boundary sits. This is where the boundary doesn't sit. And like literally, like she's incredibly chill. And like I when on my days off or like when I'm not having to be all over the place, I'll sit there with her and we'll like watch YouTube together. We'll basically we'll just chill and watch whatever. And she's perfectly okay with it. She's just like, I don't understand why people don't like you. You're calm, you're collected, you're chill. You just need that girl that understands you. And I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth.
You kind of described what my friend is like to a T. I'm not gonna say her name out of respect and privacy reasons, but kind of sounds a lot like her as well. And you have to also be aware that if you have someone, like whether you're friends with that person, if it's a girl or your girlfriend, they look up to you and they're like, listen. They look up to you because you're a boy, and they're like, okay, I feel safe around this guy. I know that he's going to protect me no matter what, you know? They look up to that, and you have to respect that, too, because if you don't protect them and if you don't be kind or nice to them, then she won't think that, oh, this guy's too much of a wimp. He's not going to stand up for me. He's not going to protect me. Then that's really going to hurt that person inside.
Oh, yeah.
Girls also look for that too. Girls also look for like loyalty and protection because it's like you're a boy, you're a man, she's a woman, and it's like if you have someone in mind, whether you're a friend or you're going out with that friend or you're simply in a relationship, they know that if anything happens, you'll be there to protect them. That's what they look for too.
Oh yeah, that's good. Two things I want to point out with this. I don't know who brought it up, like being friends with your ex. I've watched a lot of relationship/breakup videos the last couple of years. Studies have shown like it is bad to be friends with your ex because it just makes it so awkward. It makes the relationship complicated, right? And like your ex is probably going to depend on you more and like expect to like for you to respond to every one of them, right? And going to Beetle's comment here, like Beetle, are you trying to say like when you hang out with a girl, right? Like you can't show any desperation, right? Like if that's what you're saying, that is true. You can't show any desperation, like, oh, I'm desperate, like I like you, like I want you to go all out with me, like yeah, that is completely inappropriate. Tegan,
yeah, and another thing is that you have to also respect, like they have to be comfortable around you, and it's like okay, like just for example here, I'm just gonna do an example here for you guys too, but you can't judge a based on what they wear, okay? Because
right.
That's strictly not appropriate either.
And
like,
shallow.
Listen,
yeah.
They want to hang out with you, and let's say they're wearing jeans, a tank top, and a belt. Well, that's okay. You have to respect that. And it's like, all right, she's showing off a little bit of her skin. She's wearing this fancy belt with jeans. That's okay too. But inside, she's still my friend, and you can't be like. You can't say stuff like, I like this outfit on you, I think you should wear it more often. All you have to say is, you can say a couple stuff like, I like that outfit, it looks good on you, but you can't say that you like it too much, that you want her to wear it around you, because that makes her feel uncomfortable, and that makes her feel a little bit insecure.
Yeah, yeah. I do want to get back to the X part, guys. I meant to keep this in. If you have an ex who you're really good with, like if they don't cause any drama, then it's okay to be friends with them. I'm friends with one of my like past exes, right? Like we're still good friends to this day. She told me one day like she would like to get back together with me at some point. She's dealing with her life right now, but like hey, like I still consider her as a friend. Like she's a really good person, and I would like to get back with her at some point. Like, you know, it's just, I guess it's just not our time yet, you know? So again, there's just one of those exceptions. Like if you have an ex who's a really good friend and doesn't cause drama or anything, like you better keep those ones. Right, Bryce?
Good point.